How does social authority affect the process of mastery and creativity? In the pursuit of mastery, we can be led astray by the distortion of our perceptions that social authority creates. There is a common strategy in marketing called social proofing. Social proofing occurs when the display of attitudes of higher or equal status group members influence an individual's perception. Social proofing can be induced intentionally. For example, when a commercial shows attractive people enjoying and worshipping a product being sold. But it can also happen indirectly. An example of this is when a person hears a song on the radio. If they don't know anything about the song, they might think it's nothing special. But then they hear that same song in a movie and in a shopping centre and at a party, and they hear it was ranked highly on Rolling Stone's greatest songs of all time list. The more they encounter the song in this way, the more social proofing they are receiving regarding the song, and so its prestige is building. After hearing the song in this variety of contexts, the song may begin to appear to be ingenious. For an artist who wants to create work of genuine value, it can be a disaster to fall for social proofing like this. Searching for the qualities in the song that led to its great success might only lead the artist astray, because it wasn't necessarily the artwork itself that made the song popular. The song may have risen to that level of popularity by means of social proofing. By worshipping and replicating what is really just a social fad, the artist will waste time creating work that has no value in tomorrow's culture. A similar situation to the one described above is what I like to call the vintage effect. That is, the tendency for older works to be valued more highly than recent works. It is often said that music was better in the past than it is today. But those statements are neglecting the vintage effect. When an artwork has aged, it has built up in it a lot of history, social authority, and nostalgia. It has stood the test of time, and to some extent that is impressive in itself. But the idea that older music was better is an illusion, created mostly in this way. As a side note, the perception that old music was better also comes partly because old music encompasses the best songs out of half a century of music, while new music usually only refers to the past 5 years at most. Excessive submission to social authority is one of the biggest killers of innovation. Things that carry social authority can only ever be things that already exist as being popular and accepted. A good way to sidestep the hypnotic cage that social authority traps us in is to explore areas that are not considered to be prestigious or valid. The most innovative of the popular musicians are always influenced partly by music genres that are unpopular. By finding the best aspects of those less popular genres and bringing them into play with the qualities of a more popular style of music, they are able to create a fresh sound that a mainstream audience is ready for. Even in sports, bowing to social authority can stunt performance. The American high jumper Dick Fosbury was laughed at when he began jumping over the bar in such an awkward way. Nowadays, the Fosbury flop is the standard method in high jump. The key to avoiding the rut of submission to social authority is to bring the focus back to creating true value. Rather than trying to be something, why not aim to do something? If you're making music, your aim is most likely to communicate something to the listener. If you're playing tennis, you want to win beautifully. If you're designing a house, your aim might be to design a house that creates a good vibe. By focusing on the task at hand, without needing to impress or to blindly fit in, the constraints of social authority are lifted and innovation is made possible. Submission to social authority doesn't just hinder innovation, it also stands in the way of enjoyment. The flow state is a rare occurrence for people who believe they need social authority to instruct their every move. Some people only seem to appreciate sights and experiences that are accepted as being valid and glamorous, like seeing the Eiffel Tower, for example. But these experiences are not necessarily any better than the happenings that we are fortunate enough to witness on an ordinary day in the neighborhood. Many things can be seen as being more miraculous and entertaining than famous monuments and landmarks if we take off the distorting lens of social authority. In the next episode of this series, we will consider how an aversion to solitude affects the process of master and creativity. Please like and subscribe for more. It will help this new channel grow. Thanks for listening.